Yes.
Hi, good evening. I'm Neeta Singh. Welcome to the Coffee Conversation powered by JD's Visibility, organized by the Rising Entrepreneurs for the Rising Entrepreneurs. It's Ganesh Chaturthi today. So, wish you all a very, very happy Ganesh Chaturthi. Lord Ganesha is a symbol of endurance, wisdom, courage, compassion, and much more. And our distinguished guest has all these qualities in abundance. And she's inspiring so many people from different walks of life. It's an auspicious day today and a moment of joy and great pride for our coffee conversation to host such an esteemed personality. We have all seen her making waves on news networks and fashion runways alike. She's an inspiring human being, a path-breaking politician, and a much-loved youth icon. Welcome, Shaina, to the Coffee Conversation.
Thank
Your,
you.
your presence brings so much of enthusiasm to our viewers.
Thank you. Thanks. And
Welcome.
it's a pleasure to be in a coffee conversation with Neeta ji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So today we are streaming live parallelly into other groups. We host our coffee conversations on this platform, the Rising Entrepreneurs Group, which was conceived with the aim of providing a convenient digital marketplace for products and services of small entrepreneurs. And today, it has become a thriving platform for entrepreneurs of all sizes. And it's very satisfying to see so many entrepreneurs doing so well on this platform, and they're inspiring others to follow them. We have this community Zest. It's an online platform of Tea Fest. Tea Fest Tea. It is promoting healthy and holistic life. Chief's team is uh, is organizing events like lifestyle exhibitions, cerebral beauty pageant, and women's achievement awards. This beauty pageant is one of its own kind in the whole country, where the inner beauty of the women is highlighted. Parent to Parents is formed by Jyoti Kapoor and Parveen Tuli. They are promoting conscious parenting in the society. So we have lot of viewership and different audience. So my first question to you,
Yeah.
you had a rather cosmopolitan upbringing, great education, and an immensely successful fashion career. The quintessential South Bombay success story. Politics was the plot twist. How did that happen?
So basically, I'm a student of political science and law, and the last thing I thought I'd ever do in my life is fashion because I thought it's a profession of dumb bimbos, and the last option is that. Having said that, yes, you're right. My mother, Munira Chudasma, had the Golden Thimble, which is the first of its kind boutique, and then 50 years ago. And she herself was in those days a BA, BCom, MA, MCom. So she was very well educated. My father, Nana Chudasma, my mother was is a Bora Muslim. My father is a Rajput from Saurashtra. And my father, Nana Chudasma, believed that he was a legitimate voice of dissent. He was part of the Swatantra Party, went on to make two very prominent NGOs in Mumbai. One is Giants Welfare Foundation, and the other being I Love Mumbai. So I think I got a bit of my DNA testing correct because I got a little from my mother and a little from my father. Fashion started by default, but then when I realized that I can drape a sari in 54 styles and the fastest draping, and today is probably the only day in my life that I'm not in a sari because I'm at a yoga health camp, and that's why. But having said that, the sky was the limit. I started my career when I was 18. I earned a lot of money, went on to get married when I was 23 to my childhood sweetheart, Manish Munot, who is a Marwari Jain. So I have a Hindu, Muslim, Jain, cosmopolitan background. I have fashion from my mother, politics from my father. And I always say that it's a combination of fashion being my profession and politics being my passion. And the one thing for sure, the NC in my name stands for non corruptible.
Yes, that we know. Yeah, but people who do not know, it's China non-corruptive. Yes. So wonderful, and you're really doing a great job as a designer and, of course, as a politician. So we all look up to you.
Thank
You
you.
are, yeah, you are a strong advocate for the women's reservation bill, being a women politician who has broken many a glass ceiling. Do you think that the bill will help in eradicating discriminatory attitudes towards women in a country where male chauvinism is so deep rooted?
So I've got into a lot of trouble in the past for speaking out the way I do on the women's reservation bill, but just as well, the fact is that this is a male dominated space. Politics is clearly male driven, and it's a man's club. And when it comes to women's reservation, most people are threatened of giving them the posts or the opportunity. And I always say that women can showcase their talent only if given an opportunity. So you'll see in every political party, when it comes to elections, they'll just give tokens to one or two or three or five or 10 women and believe they've done service when 50% of the electorate is women. So I believe that women's reservation is a must. Having said that, BJP is the only party that has 33% reservation for women in organizational posts. So, like, for example, somebody like me, I have been the only woman treasurer the party's ever had, and that too for 6 years, and that too of a state of Maharashtra. So there are opportunities that are given, but as far as legislation and being in parliament or assemblies, the reservation bill is a must, and I hope that Prime Minister Modi lives up to his promise, which I'm sure he will. But all women need to unite. And the sad part is that in politics, women don't support women. That is the harsh reality. So I think it's imperative for us to also take head on this movement as the voice of 50% of the electorate of India.
But don't you think your merit, your competence is important, or reservation bill is very important opportunity
No,
for women?
you may believe that you will get it on competence, but unless you're somebody's wife, daughter, daughter-in-law, and fit the caste slot, it doesn't always work that way. But Satguru told me a very nice thing once. He said that don't play this complacency card. Don't keep saying, ki, oh, there has been injustice or anyay. Play the competency card. And if you play the competency card, no matter which part of the world you are in, you will be picked up based on your sheer talent.
Absolutely.
But the
But
opportunity has to be given.
yeah, that's right. That's true. You are the queen of drapes, Guinness World Record holder for draping a sari in 54 ways in 12 seconds. You are a great ambassador for saris. Who better to ask in this world of fast fashion, what is the future of a sari and how can we make it relevant to the youngsters today?
So I think that we Indians are very complex. When it comes from the West, we say Wawa. If it's a Jemima Khan, a Sherry Blair, a Xandra Rhodes wearing a sari, you'll say wow. It belongs to us. We don't even do justice to 6 yards of fabric. Sometimes I've had brides who've come to my store at Kala Ghoda and they've said that they want to wear a gown on their sangeet, and it really upsets me because I believe for religious and genuinely today on Ganesh Chaturthi, I'm so happy you're wearing a sari, and it's a rarity because I am in Goa at Devaya at this Ayurvedic spa. That's why I'm not wearing a sari. But having said that, I think we need to be the brand ambassadors, and we need to make sure that 6 yards of magic doesn't just reach every village in India, but reaches the international platform. And that can only happen when stars wear it at all the global Oscars and Cannes Film Festival and all other special occasions where people are, literally in awe of what 6 yards of fabric can do.
So you desire to have people wearing the sari for the red carpet also. I've seen one of your interviews that you
Yeah.
wish to take the sari on the red carpet also.
Yes,
That
for
will
sure.
be, yeah, definitely one day it will happen. You have done so many hats, that of a successful entrepreneur, a promising politician, a mother, a wife, a public figure. How do you strike a balance between your professional and personal life?
It's very, very hard. And I think, again, your contemporaries make you feel most guilty. I started my fashion career when I was 18. I got engaged when I was 22. I got married at 23. I had my daughter at 27. I started my jewelry line soon after that. At 31, I had entered politics and fought an election. At 33, I had my son and went on and on and on and on and on. But if you ask me the truth, the Rock of Gibraltar is not my father or mother, as most people think, but it is my husband, Manish, who allows me to do what I want. And every addition, he has only supported. But at this stage, if you ask me, this is the first time in my life I've taken 1 month off, and I'm doing this yoga and Ayurveda so dedicatedly because I believe at the time of Corona and COVID, the one message that has come loud and clear to every person is health is wealth. And the only non negotiable is your health and your family. So this is my first time in my 48 years that I am doing something that I should have done long time back.
So your hero is your husband. So he was the rock behind you, what you are today here.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
So I believe this message should go strongly to all the husbands who are watching this program.
Yeah, because they keep saying behind every successful man there is a woman. But what about the successful women who are supported by confident Indian men who really aren't threatened about their wives being out in the public domain? And especially for me with politics, I'm interacting with all kinds of people, campaigning in different parts of the country. But he knows that
Yeah,
I will always be back
but
home,
it's
and that's
so
it.
hard. It's so hard, difficult to manage these two. Some way you must be feeling, yeah, I have missed out something doing these roles, balancing this act. It takes a toll somewhere. Do you think so?
Sorry?
I said balancing this act, it takes a toll on you in some way. Do you think that you've missed out something in your life?
Yeah, I have. I've missed out on my children growing up and me being a hands on mother. I always believe that I gave quality time, but the quantity time that I would have liked to give, obviously, there was a little bit of a compromise, yes.
There are so many parents watching this program with us. So it's the inspiration. I mean, the message they're sending to men as well as women also how to balance between a professional and personal life. And
Yeah, and I think the one thing that I'd like to share with all the parents is please don't be overachievers. Don't push your children too much. So I have two different children. My daughter Shania is 21. She studies in Washington, and she's a total go-getter. And she always tells me, "Mama, go campaign, fight for elections, do what you have to do for the party. You must be out there and all of that." And that was a great support system for me because in my initial years she would come along with me for all my fashion shows and encourage me in the political space. But if you see the other side of it, my son Ayan is only 14, and whenever you talk to him he'll always tell me, I hope this Rahul Gandhi wins. So I say, why? And he say, because then you'll be at home and you'll be with me. So every child is also different, and there is a little bit of guilt. My son wants me much more than I am around. But this lockdown has been wonderful for me. So for a lot of people, yes, world over, it's been a very, very bad experience. But for me, it's been great bonding time.
yeah, but nowadays the youngsters are so driven that they want an identity of themselves, and for them, family life is not a priority. Priority. They feel they should have some career for themselves to prove themselves. So, do you think that what this is a good thing? Career is important, but balancing, they're too driven and too aspirational to have a successful career.